If you had to be 100% honest with yourself, how much time would you say that you spend focusing on superficial things, like what people think of you, or achieving fame? How much time would you say you spend on indulging in emotion, indulging in desires, indulging in impulses? For most people, this number is absurdly high. And as a matter of fact, the majority of people spend at least three-fourths of their day, I'd say, or at very minimum, half of their day, focused on superficial junk that won't add to their lives. Now, this happens because of our mindset towards life. This happens because of how we view living, the misconception that we have until tomorrow, that we can afford to waste more time. The most dangerous consequence of focusing on the superficial is that we end up developing this mindset of life that we have until tomorrow, that there is a tomorrow, that there's something other than the present. We're either fixated on nostalgia, thinking about the past, or we're thinking about the future, what we could be. But then we end up not doing anything to actualize those goals because we're simply saying, oh, well, I could do it tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. If we don't go beyond our limits because we think, oh, well, I'll just do this intense, I'll just do cardio tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it more intense the next day. I'll do this thing that I need to do another time. The problem with this, however, is that death can come at any moment. But we don't believe this. It's why this mindset develops. It's because we don't believe that death is going to affect us. We believe, even if we acknowledge on like a surface level that, oh yeah, well, we're going to die one day, we don't really understand what that means. And so we fall into this hedonism. We fall into this desire chasing, this indulgence. Because we believe that, okay, even if I indulge today, even if I masturbate today, even if I relapse today, if I eat that junk food, I still have tomorrow. So instead of acting as if we have until tomorrow, we need to treat every single day as if it were our very last. So think of it this way. After you finish watching this video, imagine, and even right now, at this very moment, imagine that at 12 a.m. tonight, you are going to die. Imagine that as soon as the clock hits 12 a.m. exactly, you're just going to drop dead for whatever reason. Could be a stroke, a brain aneurysm, toaster in the bath, whatever. It can be whatever. The method doesn't really matter. What matters is that you accept that you will die tonight. And now, I want you to follow the rest of your day with this mindset. When you feel like you want to indulge in that one entertainment video, think to yourself, is this really how I want to spend my last few hours? Is this really how I want to spend 30 minutes of my time? If I know that today's my last day, why would I do this thing that's only going to bring me momentary pleasure instead of doing something that's going to add to my legacy? Instead of doing something that's going to make my impact on humanity even greater than it would be if I didn't do this. All of a sudden, you start being able to cut out all this mess that's in your life, all this clutter, all this stuff that's just there simply because you enjoy doing it. Not on a deep level, not like enjoy doing it because you know that it's doing something greater for you, which could be your health, could be a contribution to your community, whatever it may be. It's not because of that you enjoy it. You enjoy it because it tastes good, because it feels good, because it's very pleasuring to the body, to your sensations. Satisfies that urge, that craving to cave into whatever you're feeling like doing. But at the end of the day, it's clutter. At the end of the day, it's just more mess in your life. It's just more stuff that's filling your time up that isn't worth your time. And by the way, I'm not speaking in just the sense of entrepreneurship because I know many people who are on self-improvement, they'll hear me say this, talk about being productive with your time, doing what needs to be done, and they'll immediately think about their business. But business and money as a whole, they are superficial. Money is only a means of accounting for resources. It doesn't have any spiritual weight to it. Business has no spiritual weight to it. And some people will say, "Oh no, but my business is I do because of purpose." But even then, it's not because it's a business that it's purposeful. It's because it's doing something greater than just producing profit. It's because it's providing education to people. Because it's helping people overcome some sort of challenge. It's adding to the value of humanity in some sort of way. So, purpose and business, although you can mix the two to a certain extent, business itself is not spiritually. I'm not speaking about productivity in the sense of making money, in the sense of succeeding in your business. I'm talking about purpose. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about being productive with your time, as in trying to find and achieve your purpose, trying to find your sense of morality, trying to find the deeper, authentic self, pushing your body to its limits to see what you can and can't handle. Really pushing your consciousness to its limits so that you can die knowing that, okay, well, at the very least, I did the most that I could. Now, this isn't me saying that you have to rush because there's so like let's say going to the gym. I'm not saying that, oh, today's your last day. Work out as hard as you can until you tear a bicep. Because very likely, if we're being honest with ourselves, we won't die tonight. Very likely, we will live to see tomorrow. But then, even that statement, tomorrow does not exist until it becomes the present. The present is the only thing that we truly have. So, but the point that I'm making is that you don't want to rush anything that can't be rushed. You don't want to just do everything desperately thinking it's your last day. You still want to take your time with things that take time. You still want to be patient with results. You still want to be patient with the processes of life. But you don't want to waste time. You don't want to convince yourself that you can slow down for today, that you can just stop for today because you can pick it back up tomorrow. Tomorrow might not be a thing you get to experience. So that is a mindset that I want you to develop. Think about every day individually as if it were your last. Consider the consequences for your actions. Remember that what you do now still has an impact on the future. That things you do, if you make a bad decision, it has a lasting impact. But don't treat every day as if you have a whole lifetime ahead of you. Treat every day as if you only had maybe a week, as if you only had that very same day to do what you needed to do what you wanted to do. So for your actionable step, whether it's talking to a girl, dropping a friend, admitting some hard truth to yourself that you haven't been willing to accept, do whatever it is that you've been putting off. Just do it now. Do it immediately. I don't care how difficult it is. Don't try to rationalize and say, oh, well, actually, if I wanted to do this thing, I'd have to walk 10 minutes, walk 15 minutes. If I wanted to do this thing, like maybe join a boxing gym, I'd have to walk in and then, like do the whole sign up for the membership. I have to do all this work and like don't try to rationalize. If you have something that's going to align you with your purpose, if you know that there's something out there that you can do right now that you've been wanting to do because it'll move you closer to your mission, to what you want to achieve, just go do it. There's absolutely no reason to not do it because you, like I said earlier, you may very well experience death today. You may very well die from some underlying condition you didn't even know you had. And you may not believe me because, again, people don't tend to really understand what death means. They don't understand that yes, they are vulnerable beings. That yes, humans, just like any other animal, are destined to die. And that this death could come at any moment. That the world will not always warn you, that there won't always be that medication, that it doesn't even work, by the way. I have a video coming out on that as well. But there won't always be a cure for your issue. There won't always be something to save you, someone to save you. Someday, be it, someday you're going to die. And that day could very well be today. So whatever it is that you've been trying to like logic your way out of and say, oh no, well actually I don't need to do that. Just go do it. Because the benefits of doing the thing you've been putting off are likely far superior to the things that you lose. The regret that you feel from not doing is, you feel the sting a lot more than when you experience rejection. Than when you approach that one girl and you're like a lot more awkward than you thought you would be. The sting you feel from embarrassment is far less painful than the one you experience from not doing something. Because deep down, you feel like a bitch. You know that you could have done that thing, that you could have been a better person today. But now, you might never see that person again. This opportunity that you were too scared to take might never come up again. So, stop putting things off and do them. If they align you with your mission, if they're not going to harm anybody else, if it's something that aligns with your moral values, with your purpose, just do it. The next thing I want to talk about is avoiding nihilism with this mindset, because it can be very easy to think about death all the time and then fall into this like negativity, this pessimism of, oh, well, if I'm going to die anyway, what's the point of doing anything? But remember that death is not the end. For one, death is not the final point of life. Up until this point, since the beginning of the universe, the matter that makes up you, the atoms that make you up right now, they've always existed. They've been getting recycled, transfigured. They've become different things, sometimes as a gas, sometimes they would be rocks, sometimes water, sometimes bacteria. But now they've made up you. And the difference between you and the other matter around you is that you are conscious. You're aware of your existence. So, knowing this, knowing that this may be your only opportunity to experience consciousness, why would you waste it? Why would you not make use of it? Why would you not pursue what you need to pursue? Why would you not why would you not strive for more? To become a better version, more intelligent version of yourself who makes a lasting impact on humanity. And making impacts on humanity goes beyond just fame. I mean, like doing what needs to be done for humanity, helping us progress further. Why would you not do so? Because then you die knowing so much. You die giving your gift to other people, allowing other humans, other conscious life to experience the same thing you did, to experience fulfillment, peace, happiness. So you can see death as like this final endpoint, this game over that makes life meaningless, but you can also see it as something that gives life meaning, This is the only time you'll get to experience this. Very likely, or very unlikely, will you experience this again. So make use of it now. Use your time wisely. Spend every day contemplating death, contemplating how at every moment you're decaying, and that because of that, you need to make use of your mind and body. You need to make use of these gifts that nature gave you. That's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this information was helpful for you. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, interact with my videos so they get out there pushing the algorithm. I have a Medium page. I post articles there every week. And videos like my full presence guide, videos that are bigger, more complicated, or on more serious topics like philosophy, they get posted a week earlier. So on Monday, you'll be able to read the full, not script, but the full lesson, I'd say, quote unquote, before, if you don't want to wait till Sunday for the video to come out, you can just read that instead. Links are always going to be at the top of the description. And that's about it. Like I said, I hope you enjoy and have a good day.